Okay, so I imagine that everyone who has ever taken the Chinatown bus probably has some kind of story to tell. So this is a Chinatown bus story. A number of years ago, I was living in New York City for the fall to rehearse for a show that I was in, and the holidays came around, and I was going to go to Virginia to visit with my family. So the day before Thanksgiving, Wednesday, the craziest travel day of the year, I decided to take the Chinatown bus from New York City to Washington, D.C. So I get to Chinatown, and it's the usual madness times about 12, with, you know, the mobs of people on the sidewalk like wrestling and pushing to get their way into a bus, and the bus drivers madly trying to get customers and to keep customers out. And so I wrestled my way onto a New Century bus, and I was pretty pleased with myself. And so it was really full, and we pull out and right into traffic, which we sat in for a long time. So somewhere into the first hour of our sitting in traffic in New York City on the Chinatown bus, the heater broke. And by that I mean that it broke in the on position, and the bus driver could not turn it down. So it turned into about 95 degrees on the bus, and you can't open any of the windows on the bus. So everyone is sweating and starting to get pretty irritated because we're stuck in Manhattan on this really hot bus. And it starts to be discovered somehow that in the craziness on the curb in Chinatown, a family got onto the bus that thought the bus was going to Philadelphia. So there started to be these murmurings, and then it turned into an out-and-out fight about what was going to happen, because some people thought, well, we should let the family off in Philadelphia on our way to D.C., and some people were like, hell no, once we get onto 95, we're not stopping. We're going straight to Washington, D.C. Who cares about these people? They had a baby. So it was this cute little couple and their baby, and they're sitting in the back and feeling very apologetic. And things are getting crazier, and it's hot, and people are mad. And so my good citizenshipness came out, and I stood up, and I made an impassioned speech about the fact that it was Thanksgiving, and in the mood of Thanksgiving, we should drop the family off in Philadelphia. So there was a vote on the bus. We took a vote, and I guess in the spirit of Thanksgiving, we decided to stop in Philadelphia. So about 4 hours later, which is what it took us to get from Manhattan to Philadelphia, we arrive again to a wall of people trying to get on the bus with us to go to D.C. So a guy from the front seat had to hold back the throngs trying to get on while we let off the family, and there was cheering, and we said, Happy Thanksgiving, and they went on their way. And then soon after, we discovered that the bus driver didn't know how to get out of Philadelphia. He was just driving around the block, around and around. And I was the only person from Philadelphia, so I make my way to the front of the bus, and I start to help him get directions for how to get onto the highway. And I discovered he didn't speak any English. So, that is the Chinatown bus, after all. So, using kind of strange hand directions, I pointed him to 95, and we got out of Philadelphia, and there was more cheering. And another 4 hours later, we made it to D.C. So 8 hours later, we made it, and I like to think that kind of goodwill gesture put me in the good graces of Santa and put me on the nice list that year, because soon after Christmas that year, I met my husband, and it was a pretty great gift.